show and prove thyself worthy. In the same way that you're tested when you want to level up in academia, for example. Like, let's say you passing through seventh to eighth grade and you got to take some BS standardized test or whatever. This is just a reference point for your spiritual growth. So I'm drawing a parallel to that to say that show and prove yourself worthy. You know what I'm saying? If you claim to be this, you claim to be that, you claim to be whatever it is you claim to be, the universe is going to test you. So when these tests come, you can't fold under the pressure because the test is just to get you to that level. So when we say, I am living the life of my dreams, I am greatness, I am divinity, that's a powerful statement. I am one with the Most High. I am God. You think you could say that and not be tested to show and prove that you are these things and that you're operating at that capacity? Because God and Christ is a consciousness state. And there comes a lot of responsibility because there's a lot of power with that, which is why you see so many of these people who are false prophets, false preachers, false messiahs, who may gain an audience, may gain a following, may gain a cult, may gain all of these things, but ultimately have their demise and downfall because it was all rooted in ego. So the universe and God and the Most High, which is part of you, you are that, will do a lot of things to really, really subside your ego, to bring your ego into a state of subservience. Because the ego, you must have the ego while you're here. You're not gonna, I've tried 1,000 billion times to kill the ego death. It's not about killing your ego. It's about making it subservient. It's about putting it into the back of the bus. You know what I'm saying? As the observer, and then as basically the filter through which things are coming in. So when you have a good ego that's in alignment with your higher self and with your soul's purpose and with your subconscious mind, and with your God particle and with your Christ conscious mode, what's happening is that it's all in alignment. So there's no resistance, there's no fight. It's all happening divinely, and that's when you get in the flow states. That's when you even see great performers of all sorts. When you're talking about painters, you're talking about ball players, you're talking about musicians. They're in a flow state because they've harmonized their ego with their higher self. So the instrument with which they're actually operating through, whether it's their voice, whether it's a actual physical tangible instrument, whether it's a ball, whether it's whatever it is, a paintbrush, you know what I'm saying? It's all flowing and they're not even thinking anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just going. It's just flowing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the zone. That's the zone. That's the frequency that we all should be striving to occupy and that we all can be in at all times. Look to indigenous cultures and nations. Look to the way that the ants move, the worker bees and all this stuff. They moving like that. There's no ego involved. So we want to move the ego out of the way, but we also need a strong and healthy ego, or else we get pushed and toppled over within these societies and these environments and frameworks. So it's all about balance, ma'at. It's all about bridging the gaps of polarity and reaching center point and staying centered, staying grounded with your emotions, with your thoughts, with your ideals, with your visions. So I just want to just tell you, man, keep showing and proving. You know, whatever obstacle is faced and presented, you brought that to yourself. Don't run, don't hide, don't fight it. Fight it, but not in that way. You see what I'm saying? Fight it with your heart, not with your fists. God's son. Ashe.